I chose Andrews to study because
the fact that it was faith-based.
It helped to integrate faith and learning.
So they'll tell you Andrews University is the best Seventh-day Adventist university in the world.
I love the Christian environment and the Seventh-day Adventist support.
The ability and the flexibility it gave me.
If you are a family man like me, very busy, then you also have that flexibility of
don't sacrifice quality for convenience.
It's allowed me to live my life, make a living, and yet get this advanced degree that I needed.
For those that are thinking about, am I too remote? I don't think there would be anyone even more remote where we were on this little island.
But the interactions we're able to have, the forums that are set up, the opportunities we have to connect with each other and connect with our professors makes this a world-class program for me to not only grow academically, but to grow spiritually and in a variety of different ways as well.
One of the most important aspects for me in doing this program was the ability and the flexibility it gave me to both be with my family, which is number one and most important for me, and also to accomplish the demanding work schedule that it takes to work in administration in the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada. And the professors were always very open to the opportunity to communicate with them at times that maybe wouldn't be your standard in-class hours.
when you submit your work, the feedback you get is amazingly speedy.
I think the program is well organized, and the professors and just the leadership on our campus, they have great communication. I've tried to take a few classes, a few courses on other campuses and at other universities. The communication is not there. The structure is not there. But our team and our program is well structured. You know what you're getting into.
We were told in Africa, I'm from Ghana originally, so they'll tell you Andrews University is the best Seventh-day Adventist university in the world. And I said, I need to be there.
And they were consistently, constantly encouraging. And they kept saying, we see something in you. We want you to keep pushing yourself to finish, to do what you can to finish not only your master's, but your PhD. And that really helped because they saw me as more than just a student. I was a person. I was someone that they would check in on a personal level just to make sure that I was okay when I was going through different things in my life. And that makes a huge difference because you're not just a number, you're someone to them.
I've always wanted to pursue further studies after I finished my master's degree, and several universities came out with great possibilities and opportunities. And as I looked at them, I realized that there were several things that drew me to Andrews, predominantly the fact that it was faith-based and Seventh-day Adventist, but also beyond that, the biggest draw for me as well was the online opportunity.
I loved the experience here. I've graduated here previously with my master's and my bachelor's, and I love the Christian environment and the Seventh-day Adventist support.
So I happened to be just with a friend, and the friend said, why don't you try and apply to Andrews? And within a very short time, she'd responded and said, we would be honored to have you in our program.
I moved from being a superintendent of education to being the associate director of education for the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada. So my travel schedule became much more hectic, which meant I needed more flexibility.
When I came to the United States in 2014, all this while I had ministry in my heart. So when in 2017, I had the privilege to do online program with Andrews, I said, here is it. I can now do the religion, which can help me to become a pastor. I'm always online. I'm still online, even though I'm here standing in Andrews University campus.
When I was in grade school, I was diagnosed as dyslexic. And so school was never a particularly easy thing for me. However, every level that I've continued in education has become better, I guess you might say.
And I think maybe one of the biggest questions that anybody has at this, when they're retired or whatever, is, can I do this? Do I still have the mental capacity to do the memorization, to do all the reading, to organize my class schedule, to finish the assignments on time? So it's not just getting a degree so that you can be a teacher or that you have some letters behind your name that will get you a better job. When you're older and you're retired, you're not thinking, I wasn't thinking in those terms. I was thinking about what I would like to do for myself And it was just finishing up unfinished business.
I decided to study online because it was more along my learning style. I was homeschooled, and so in classroom just felt a little overwhelming. For me, it was a great experience. It just felt a little overwhelming, and just having that alternative to study online and study at my own pace was amazing. It was great for people who have alternative learning styles and needed to alter their schedule. But also I started to work and I became a mom. So it was absolutely great that they had this opportunity for us to just catch up and just something that really paired with our real world experience. I was no longer a traditional student. So I needed something that would fit my schedule.
What I appreciated, especially about Andrews, was that every single professor that I took classes from had a spiritual focus during their coursework.
I started hearing about prior learning credits, and I thought, maybe, just maybe with prior learning credits, I could make this work. And so that made it possible.
The fact that I have been a student online and now I teach online, it has given me a lot of ways to kind of see it from both sides and include my experiences I've learned from online into the way that I'm teaching online.
I was a vice principal when I started, and then I did a year of teaching at a different school and then moved into being a principal the past 3 years. And it is a balance, trying to figure out how to fit in the studies, but the professors and the program faculty are so accommodating, knowing that the majority of people that enter this program are working professionals. So your classes are either going to be later in the afternoon or evening, and then you have the opportunities to finish the work outside of the time that you're actually doing your day job. And one of the coolest things I really enjoyed about the program that I've been in is that it connected so well with what I did every day. So everything I was doing on a day-to-day basis at work was directly correlating with what I was learning in the program. So
I'm from New Zealand. There was someone from Taiwan, someone from Japan, someone from the west coast of the USA, someone from the east coast of the USA, someone from central USA, someone that had been from Africa or had trained, and he works for the General Conference in America. And then we had a younger woman from South America who was very strong in mission. So we had such a broad spectrum of people. We have such a diversity of experience when it comes to discipline areas that we represent, but also from locations around the world.
The biggest advice I could give someone starting an online program, or if they're unsure of what it will do or what it will look like, take your courses and take a look at it one course at a time. Break it down in a way that doesn't seem overwhelming. And the hardest part is starting.
We fund and help fund students to attend Andrews University in their master's degrees. And what I tell them is you need to, first of all, take a look at what it takes to complete a degree. You know, how much is that? And then figure out how you can pace yourself in such a way that you feel that you're going to be able to put God and family first, and that your work's not going to suffer because of it. But in the long run, you can just chip away at it in a way that's going to allow you to feel successful at the end of the day. And so far, we've had great success with our students through Andrews University, graduating with master's degrees and various graduate studies that have done work through Andrews through the online component, which is fantastic.
It is definitely an intense situation. However, it is really gratifying to do all the learning and then to get the advanced degree, which can take you to the next level of your career.
Always keep learning, never quit.